Good morning, students. I am very glad to meet you all through this online class. Did you study the previous portion? Yes? Okay. Shall we enter the class? Look at these videos. What did you find the common in all the videos? Can you guess it? That is stimulus and response. That is stimulus and response. All organisms adopt environmental stimulus such as heat, cold, light, sound, smell, pain, force of gravity, etc. So, stimulus refers to the changes in the environmental condition that are detected by receptors present in the body. What is stimulus? Stimulus refers to changes in the environmental condition that are detected by receptors present in the body. Have you got it, children? So, what is receptor? Children, we all know we have 5 sense organs. Yes? What are they? They are eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin. Through these receptors, we will receive stimulus and respond it. Got it? These both stimulus and responses are important for survival. Okay. In this first picture, due to heat, withdrawal of hand. In the second picture, the amount of light entering the eyeball changes. Have you seen? The third picture, before sneezing, he snuffed something. Fourth picture, due to pressure, change in the knee, the leg raises. Clear, children? So, stimulus to response. There, responding to stimulus. These all happens involuntary. So, involuntary means automatically without thinking occurs. Clear, children? Students, involuntary response to stimulus is called reflex action. Got it? So, what is reflex action? Reflex is any response that occurs automatically without consciousness. Clear? What is reflex action? Reflex is any response that occurs automatically without consciousness. Clear? Then, there are 2 types of reflex action. The first one is simple or basic reflexes. Second one is acquired or conditioned reflexes. The first one, simple or basic reflexes, that is, without thinking it occurs. Example, sneezing, coughing, yawning, blinking of eyes. Clear? Second one, acquired or conditioned reflexes. So here, acquired or conditioned means learned responses. Already we learned one. Example, learning playing harmonium by striking a particular key on seeing a music note. Clear it? So this is conditioned reflexes. So there are 2 types of reflexes. What are they? Simple reflexes and conditioned reflexes. So simple reflexes means what? Without thinking it occurs. Okay, unlearned responses. Clear, children? Unlearned responses. So acquired or conditioned reflexes means what? Learned responses. Okay, that is learned responses. Let us learn how does our body work based on reflex action. When we touch a very cold pan, the stimulus is the heat, which is sensed by receptor called as heat receptors or thermoreceptors in our hand. This stimulus in turn triggers an impulse in sensory neuron. Clear? Second, what happens? The sensory neuron transmits or conveys the message to the spinal cord. Then the spinal cord interprets the stimulus and the impulse is passed on to the relay neuron. So relay neuron means it transmits information. From here it transmits to a motor neuron. So relay neuron transmit impulses to motor neuron. Then motor neurons carry command from spinal cord to our arm. Muscles in our arm contract and withdraw our hand immediately from the fan. Got it? First, which one receives? Sensory neuron. Okay. Sensory neuron transmit impulses to spinal cord. Then spinal cord send the stimulus and pass to relay neuron. Okay. Relay neuron transmit to motor neuron. Motor neuron carry command from spinal cord to our arm. Clear it? Muscles in our arm contract and at once we will withdraw our hand from the fan. Okay. So here muscle is an effector organ. Okay, which has responded to the heat. Got it? The path of reflex action is called reflex arc. What is reflex arc? The pathway taken by no impulse to accomplish reflex action is called reflex arc. What are the pathway involved? Sensory neuron, spinal cord, motor neuron and muscle. Motor neuron means muscle. Okay. Through this way the impulses transmitted and finally withdrawal of hand from the fan. Got it? Okay. Let us learn about peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is formed of nerves arising from the brain and spinal cord. So peripheral nervous system means formed of nerves arising from brain and spinal cord. Those nerves arising from the brain are called cranial nerves and those nerves arising from spinal cord are called spinal nerves. Clear? So peripheral nervous system consists of two types of nerves. They are cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves arising from brain and spinal nerves arising from spinal cord. Clear? The cranial nerves are 12 pairs. Cranial nerves are 12 pairs, that is optic nerve which innervate the eye. Okay. So sensory organ. Then spinal nerves. Spinal nerves are 31 pairs. Spinal nerves are 31 pairs. Each spinal nerve has dorsal sensory root and ventral motor root. Each spinal nerve has dorsal sensory root and ventral motor root. So that means it receives the impulses from outside to inside and from inside to outside through motor neuron. Okay. So next we can see autonomic nervous system. So autonomic nervous system is also called visceral nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is also called visceral nervous system. So visceral nervous system means it includes internal organs. Okay, internal organs such as brain, eye, heart, etc. Okay, they contains two components, that is sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. Clear? It controls the involuntary functions of the visceral organs. It controls the involuntary functions of the visceral organs. So involuntary, already I said to you. Have you remember? without thinking it happens. Okay. So, autonomic nervous system controls the involuntary functions of the visceral organs. Have you heard it, children? Okay. Children, our body, one of the system control and coordinate various body activities in a proper manner. Can you tell me which system control and coordinate various body activities? That is nervous system. Now we can see nervous system. The nervous system is made up of nervous tissues. It is formed of three distinct components. They are neurons, neuroglia and nerve fibers. Clear? So, nervous system is made up of nervous tissues. It is formed of three types of tissues. They are neurons, neuroglia and nerve fibers. The first one is neuron. A neuron of nerve cell is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. So, neurons are the structural and functional unit of nervous system. It is the longest cell of human body. It is the longest cell of human body. These cells are highly specialized to detect, receive and transmit different kinds of stimuli. Okay. So, what they will do? They detect, receive and transmit different kinds of stimuli. Okay. So, already I said to you stimuli, okay, such as heat, light, temperature, cold, etc. Okay. Second one, neuroglia. So, neuroglia are also called as glial cells. Okay. Neuroglia are also called as glial cells. They are non-exciting supporting cells of the nervous system. So, only they are used for support to the nervous system. They do not initiate or conduct nerve impulse. Okay, they never send nerve impulse. The third one is nerve fibers. Third one is nerve fibers. The nerve fibers are the long slender process of neurons. Okay, they are long slender process of neurons. Clear? There are three types of tissues. The first one is neurons, second one neuroglia, third one nerve fibers. Now we can see the detail about structure of neuron. Okay. So, structure of neuron. A neuron consists of three parts. They are cyton, dendrites and axon. So, neuron consists of three parts. What are they? They are cyton, dendrites and axon. The first one, cyton. Cyton is also called cell body. Cyton is also called cell body, otherwise called perikaryon. Okay, so cyton is also called cell body or perikaryon. It has a central nucleus with more cytoplasm. Okay, central nucleus and cytoplasm called neuroplasm. Okay, so if cytoplasm is present in neuron, it is called neuroplasm. Clear it? Okay. The cytoplasm has large granular body called Nissl granules. Okay. The cytoplasm has large granular body called Nissl granules and other cellular organelles. So, cell organelles such as mitochondria, ribosomes, lysosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. So, cyton is also called cell body or perikaryon. It has nucleus and cytoplasm. Cytoplasm are called neuroplasm. Okay. And the cytoplasm has large granular body called Nissl granules and other cell organelles such as mitochondria, ribosomes, lysosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. Clear it? The neurons do not have the ability to divide. Neurons do not have the ability to divide. Okay. Their function. They transmit no impulses to and from the cell body. Okay, that means from inside to outside and outside to inside they transmit the impulses. Impulses means informations. Got it? The second one, dendrites. Okay, these are the numerous branch cytoplasmic processes. Okay, these are the numerous branch cytoplasmic processes that project from the surface of the cell body. That project from the surface of the cell body. Their function, they conduct no impulses towards the cyton. That means from outside to it send the impulses only cyton. Okay, outside to inside. Next, axon. The third one is axon. Axon is a single elongated slender projection. Axon is a single elongated slender projection. The end of axon terminate as fine branches called synaptic nerve. The end of axon terminate as fine branches called synaptic nerve. The plasma membrane of axon is called axolemma. That is, the axon is covered by axolemma, while the cytoplasm is called axoplasm. Here the cytoplasm is called axoplasm. In axon, the cytoplasm is called axoplasm. In cyton, the cytoplasm is called neuroplasm. Okay. Function. It carries impulses away from the cyton. So from cyton to it carries impulses to away from the cyton. Carries impulses away from the cyton. The axon may be covered by, again it is covered by a protective sheath called myelin sheath. Okay, which is further covered by layer of Schwann cells called neurolemma. Which is further covered by a layer of Schwann cells called neurolemma. Okay, so axon is covered by plasma membrane called axolemma. Again it is covered by protective sheath called myelin sheath, which is further covered by a layer of Schwann cells called neurolemma. Myelin sheath breaks at intervals by diffraction called nodes of Ranvier. So in between the myelin sheath a cap is present, that is called nodes of Ranvier. The region between the node is called internode. The region between the node is called internode. Here myelin sheath acts as a insulator. Myelin sheath acts as insulator. Okay, that is ensures rapid transmission of no impulses. Ensures rapid transmission of no impulses. So once again we can see structure of neuron. Okay, so neuron consists of three parts. What are they? They are cyton, dendrites and axon. Cyton, dendrites and axon. The first one, cyton. Cyton is also called cell body or perikaryon. Cyton is also called cell body or perikaryon. So it has central nucleus and cytoplasm. The central nucleus and cytoplasm. Cytoplasm has large granular body called Nissl granules. Okay, what is Nissl granules? The cytoplasm has large granular body called Nissl granules. Okay, and other cell organelles, that is mitochondria, ribosomes, lysosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. function. They help in transmission of nerve impulses to and from the body. Dendrites. Dendrites are numerous branched cytoplasmic processes from the surface of the cell body. Function. They conduct nerve impulses towards cyton. Axon is a single, elongated, slender projection. It terminates as fine branches called synaptic nerve. It is covered by axolemma. It is filled with cytoplasm is called axoplasm. Okay. So, it is again covered by a protective sheath called myelin sheath. Myelin sheath further covered by a layer of Schwann cells called neurolemma. Clear? Then, in between the myelin sheath, a cap is present that is called nodes of Ranvier. So, the region between the node is called internode. Clear? Here function the myelin sheath acts as insulator and ensures rapid transmission of nerve impulses. Okay. It acts as insulator and ensures rapid transmission of nerve impulses. Next, how the impulses transmit from one neuron to another neuron. Okay. A junction between synaptic nerve of axon of one neuron and dendron of next neuron is called synaptic junction. A junction between synaptic nerve of axon of one neuron and dendron of next neuron is called synaptic junction. Through this junction, the informations are passing from one neuron to another neuron. That time, it releases a chemical substance. Okay, that chemicals known as neurotransmitters. It releases a chemicals known as neurotransmitters from the synaptic nerve. Clear? When the informations are passing from one neuron to another neuron through these junctions. While it is passing, it releases chemicals that is known as neurotransmitters. So, neurotransmitters means nothing but it's a chemical that is called acetylcholine. Neurotransmitter is a chemical that is called acetylcholine. Clear? I hope you all understood. Now we can mark the question answer. With a neat label diagram, explain the structure of a neuron. With a neat label diagram, explain the structure of a neuron. Answer, page number 219. Page number 219. Structure of neuron. It starts from structure of neuron. A neuron typically consists of three basic parts: cyton, dendrites and axon. From that till synapse paragraph C. Last synaptic nerve. Chemicals known as neurotransmitters from the synaptic nerve. Till there, mark it and learn. Okay. So, diagram you draw in your note and practice it. Okay. That's all today's portion. Thank you, children.